Hey, what's going on guys? This is Kedar here. And is the cost of living adjustment 2023, otherwise known as COLA 2023, how much raise is really expected? I mean, some sources are predicting that it will be record high in the upcoming year. I mean, is that really so? In my recent video, many of you commented down that cost of living adjustment will not going to increase. Taking in consideration of Medicare premiums, all those deductions and all that, are we going to get any sort of a raise in our hands? Today we will find out the real answer. Today in this video we have got all the details on COLA 2023, otherwise known as cost of living adjustment. So in a recent video I was talking about the most recent inflation data and why this inflation data is so incredibly important, and that's because it's gonna directly going to translate into how much you are going to get as an annual social security raise to your monthly benefits as a result from a COLA raise, otherwise known as cost of living adjustment 2023. And well, on that recent video, many people reached out to me and saying that they are not going to get a COLA raise next year, and that's what I want to talk in this video. So let's get right into it. So before we start this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel with bell notification turn on so you'll never miss any update on stimulus updates and all that. Make sure to subscribe with the bell notification turn on. Do check out our other videos, and with that being said, let's get right into the video. Now, speaking of the very important annual cost of living adjustment or COLA, for about 70 million beneficiaries who receive the Social Security, retirement, ssdi, survivors and VA benefits, let's get into all of those details right in this video. So the very important inflation data that we have been receiving lately is a very important, because here's the thing, we have already gotten a couple of pieces of the data which is really important in order to calculate how much the social security raise is going to be for the social security beneficiaries in the 2023, but it's still not complete. Now we are still waiting for the one more piece of the data which will be released in the mid-October for the next month. It is expected to come out on October 14th or October 13th. However, whenever it comes down to the annual cost of living adjustment, there will be always a COLA raise. So for those people that have been commenting on the videos regarding that they are not going to get a COLA raise, yes, we are actually going to get cost of living adjustment raise. In fact, as per lots of experts and analysts, it's probably going to be around 9.6%, and that's probably third or fourth highest rate that we have ever seen in the history of social security and cost of living adjustment. Now I know there are a lot of people here they are very skeptical about these raises, because we see the same old thing every day, every single year, where the raise comes out and it's announced, and shortly after that, poof, we find out that Medicare Part B premiums are going to take away all of, majority of your benefits, and then of course your SNAP benefits are going to be reduced in variety of other things. At the end of the day, usually it results in the net loss to your benefits right on the monthly basis. However, as a result of another video where I was talking about the most recent information that was coming out, which is suggesting that Medicare Part B premiums are likely going to stay the same, which would be really amazing, because it would mean that we'd be able to capture virtually entire cost of living adjustment. So I just wanted to make it very clear that the cost of living adjustment raise is really going to increase. However, I do not know what exactly will be the number is going to be quite yet, because nobody is going to know what's the official number is going to be until we finally get that official announcement out of the social security in the mid-October. And let me tell you, when do we get that announcement out of the social security, believe me, it's going to be a very high cost of living raise going forward. As of right now, we are probably still projecting a raise anywhere between 8 to 9.6%, anywhere between that figure. So in that range, as of right now, it could be in between that, but again it could change, because we still need more pieces of data, the final piece of puzzle which will be released again in the mid-October, and that will ultimately give us the final piece of the puzzle in order to figure out how much the raise is going to be. So if you are seeing any sort of information floating around suggesting that the cost of living adjustment is going to be staying the same and not increasing, well, it's not all based on the inflation, and we all know this year inflation has been incredibly high, and due to the high inflation, it also translates into the high cost of living adjustment figure, which is also what we we are all going to experience and get to enjoy the next year in the 2023. And with that, this will be the permanent raise as a result of the cost of living adjustment. And looks like that's the whole situation with the COLA. Basically, what they will do is they will try to adjust the benefits so in order to keep you up with the inflation. However, I think we can all probably agree that with the current CPIW data, they are clearly lagging behind calculating the inflation and therefore the adjustment in the cost of living adjustment, simply because these figures are not up to the mark. They are not accounting the inflation where properly with these figures. These figures are not considering the expenses related to the healthcare issues for senior citizens. Therefore, these benefits they are calculating are so lagging behind the inflation. And by the same time, they are actually going to give the raise at this point of time. Honestly, it's so far behind the actual need of people. It's almost going nuts. You can take example of the current figure. Currently, we have got a 5.9% raise based on the inflation last year in the 2021 that went into effect early in 2022. But however, what happened in the year with the inflation? We clearly saw the inflation like 8%, 8.5%, or 9 to 9.5%. I mean, seriously, we clearly saw super high inflation this year. We clearly saw the super high inflation, rising inflation this year alone. So I mean, like 5.9% we have got for this year in 2022. Well, this was way behind like those 2 or 3% it should have actually been. Now they are finally going to adjust the cost of living adjustment and our benefits as a result of that. Yet again, these adjustments are going to be delayed because they are going to go into effect on to the January 2023. So again, it's very lagging behind. So when it comes down to the annual cost of living adjustment, this is not going to go anywhere. This is going to be happening yet again this year. And as I mentioned in my another video, this might be actually this kind of a situation where we might actually get the full cost of living adjustment simply because the Medicare Part B premiums were actually going to stay the same. Medicare Part B premiums may not be actually rising, which would again be a perfect situation. But again, according to the most recent information that I have been finding out, actually this is looking very encouraging. But again, I think we all need to stand back a little bit. We just need to wait because what's the point of increasing our hopes so much? I mean, I don't want to give you the false picture like cost of living adjustment are not probably going to increase huge. I mean, I don't want to get anybody's hope up so that they feel like raise is going to be huge in the cost of living adjustment. Medicare Part B premium is going to be zero and things like that, because honestly we have seen all of this happen before again. And I just want to make sure that everybody here is onto the same page. They are receiving the latest and correct information. I think at this point we are all kind of skeptical about this because we have seen so many times so many big promises, and then at the end of the day it doesn't really turn out to be that high, anything of that kind of exciting. So anyway, the raise will look pretty good at this point. It's still going to be pretty healthy looks like, and still going to be over 8. I think it's could be more than 9%, but again could be a little bit lower than that. So anyway, yesterday I saw the comments on my video that we are not going to get the cost of living adjustment increases, and for sure we are getting a cost of living adjustment increases. I mean, that's a fact right now. The data is clearly pointing in that direction, and I mean we are all excited about the increases and the cost of living adjustment. And especially in a year like this when we saw the inflation going up and up, basically we have recently seen the inflation cooling down a little bit, tiny bit. And according to the analysts and many experts, what they are saying, they actually suggesting that inflation is still on the table and it's still likely to come again, and we will see what happens, and only the time will tell the story. But when it comes down to the cost of living adjustment, absolutely it's gonna increase for the 2023. Well, I hope this video clears up all the doubts on cost of living adjustment increase in the 2023. So make sure to hit that like button, and that helps us a lot. Do check out other videos from our channel. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates with bell notification turn on so you'll never miss our latest videos. And with that being said, this is Kedar from How to Guys signing out.